behavior of political partisans until the Democrats apologize to the American people for Biden voters rioting for months in 2020 in the midst of a pandemic, and in fact, using the pandemic as a means of silencing anybody who dissented from the Democrat line on a range of issues, but giving special privileges to the BLM rioters, as we know. In fact, I really appreciated this. Governor Ron DeSantis spoke out on this, mentioning recently that it's crazy that they allowed people, that they allowed the BLM protesters to do what they were doing while everybody else was told, you better stay home and shut up. It was too dangerous for you to go to church, but it was medically and socially advisable to go out there and tell everybody. I mean, here's DeSantis telling everybody that we all remember that the same Democrats that tell us, you know, all that they tell us about COVID and January 6th is the biggest deal ever, that they were saying BLM riots during a pandemic, those were cool, those were fine.
They actually wrote a letter saying this, and in the same letter they said, it's fine to go out and protest with BLM, but does not mean it's okay for you to protest against lockdowns or other things that you may. So, you know, this was presumably a woke virus, but I think But I think that really took the mask off a lot of these people, because clearly it's absurd that you would take that position from a scientific perspective. And so that was really showing that this is more about them advancing an agenda and about exerting control.
It's exactly what it was all along. And I think you can make a very strong argument that the 2020 election was held under the threat of force from Biden partisans. You don't have to take my word for it. Just look at all the photos from all across the country of boarded up storefronts, because we were all led to believe if Trump gets reelected, there will be there were threats of this. There will be riots. You elect our guy. You elect our clownish, buffoon, dementia patient Biden, or else there will be riots. And your store, your neighborhood may get destroyed. That was how the 2020 election actually occurred. Never mind all the changes they made to the rules, trying to help themselves and pretend that COVID was really what they were attempting to stop. It had nothing to do with actually keeping us safe from COVID. It had everything to do with their power. We're not going to forget these things. I'm not forgetting about Russia collusion and the way that they lied, so that when they try to lie now, or rather when they try to lecture us about lying, I say, excuse me. Why do you think that you're in a position, why is the Democrat media in a position to lecture people about election denialism without at least admitting first to the Russia collusion lie? Right? Put aside the merits of their claims about election 2020 and everything else. Put aside the actual debate. I'm not going to take lectures from people who were part of not just a lie, a preposterous lie. You know, thinking that people, Democrat, community activists, organizers, whatever, might have stuffed some ballots here or there, or that they, done harvesting where they shouldn't.